Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Vladimir here. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Bulls versus the Cavaliers. You know, it's an exciting night for sports in general. The Mets playing the Kansas City Royals. They got opening night for NBA basketball with Cleveland Cavaliers playing against the Chicago Bulls. It was very exciting. The air was a little electrifying. You know, President Obama was there. Two mayors were there. I'm pretty sure all the gangsters were there. I'm guessing that Twister was there too. But anyway, as I continue, the game when it started out was a bit flat overall, and both teams seemed like they were very rusty. They seemed very fatigued, and I don't know if that's because of like certain players playing like overseas basketball, like Paul Gasol playing in the European Championships. You know, he was like the MVP there, and you know LeBron, of course, he never takes the summer off, participating in Team USA workouts. So the game was a little sloppy. But one of the key issues that was being made during the game was the fact that Joakim Noah was not coming off the bench in Fred Hoiberg's system. And I have to just say this. This is very important, especially for the Bulls. This was the right decision. Hands down, this was the right decision. Too many times the Bulls were playing 4-on-5 offensively, and it just was unfair to them. They would ask for Derrick Rose or Jimmy Butler to take on all the load, do all the work, and they didn't have a great offensive system. It's hard to run an offense with 5 players. Now think about 4, because Joakim Noah really didn't give you that much scoring. Yes, he gave you a lot of heart. Yes, he gave you a lot of defensive rebounding, sometimes offensive rebounding. But at the end of the day, you need to score in the NBA to win, and that holds true in many regards. If you look at the Warriors, if you look at Cavaliers, they were able to outscore their opponents at times. So I think Fred Hoiberg's move was a genius move. I love the fact that he incorporated a motion offense, which got the ball moving from side to side. You know, too many times we see the Bulls go on 5 to 6 minute droughts because their offense was not potent enough. They didn't feature enough offensive firepower. You know, tonight we got to see things that I have been begging Tom Thibodeau to do, which is play Doug McDermott, play more Tony Snell, play more Mirotic. And that's exactly what we saw. Mirotic was starting, and guess what? He scored 19 points, he had 9 rebounds. So even though you're putting Noah on the bench, you're still getting those 9 rebounds from Mirotic, which is excellent. So that was a genius move. You know, I love the offense. If you look at the stat line, you know, Mirotic had 19, Tony Snell had 11, Derrick Rose had 18, Jimmy Butler 17. The only person that actually suffered was Paul Gasol with 2 points, and you know he's not going to average 2 points the rest of the season. So I would say this is a success. And having Joakim Noah come off the bench is the right thing to do. You know, I never thought about that, actually. I never thought to say, hey, why don't we try Noah on the bench? Because, you know, it's just he's been there for so long, you know, it just wouldn't feel right. You know, it's sort of like watching Glenn die in The Walking Dead. You know, Glenn has been there for like 4 to 5 seasons, and he had so many chances to die. He never died, so you never figured that he would. So that's pretty much what it was with Joakim Noah. But that was an excellent move, and it improved itself. The Bulls had times where they were up by 11 points, 13 points. The ball was moving. They only had one drought, about 3 minutes and 56 seconds, where they didn't score, and that is tremendous considering they used to go 5-6 minutes without scoring, and the games used to be muddied up. I feel like this change of pace and change of offense is going to be really good for them. I think they're going to flourish. And I think they're going to make it to Eastern Conference Finals. I say you heard it here first. I think the Bulls are going to make it to Eastern Conference Finals with this new offense and having Noah come off the bench. And in terms of relegating Noah to a bench player, it doesn't matter what position you play in basketball because all your positions are used to help the team. If the coach sees that you're a starter and you're better at being a bench player because he needs firepower off the bench, you're just boosting the bench. If you're a bench player and you're gonna become a starter, you're just boosting the starting roles. Like, you know, when Charles and Kenny say they don't agree with Fred Hoiberg's decision to make Joakim Noah a bench player, I completely disagree with that. Andre Iguodala was a starter. The Warriors made him a bench player, and he completely flourished. He helped the Warriors go 67-15. Okay? James Harden, he used to be a bench player for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He helped the Thunder get to the NBA Finals. Jamal Crawford, bench player for the Clippers. He can't always start, but they need him coming off the bench. certain times there has to be certain sacrifices made for the betterment of the team. The examples that I named, these guys are all starters. James Harden, Jamal Crawford has been a starter. Andre Iguodala starter, but they help their team in wonderful fashion. So it's more important to help the team. It's not about who's a starter, who's a bench player, and that's for all you young guys too that coming up playing basketball. If you're coming off the bench, relish coming off the bench. Show people why you think you should be a starter, or show people why you're coming off the bench in order to help your team. Don't make it such a big deal or a big fuss. Because, they said that they don't think they can win a championship, but I completely disagree with that. Just tonight alone, there were so many positives that came out of Noah coming off the bench. Noah didn't score tonight. So imagine if you put him in there as a starter role, he doesn't score. I mean, it's a negative-sum game. So besides that, Cleveland was Cleveland. They were trailing, and then late LeBron came in. And, for some reason, I think this is going to be a chronic back issue. He was laying on the ground like Steve Nash. If you guys remember Steve Nash back in the day, he would not sit on the bench. He would lay on the ground, and he would watch the game. So there's something more to LeBron's back than they're leading on. But LeBron was LeBron. He had 32 points. He showed everybody why he was the best player in the league. Yes, he is the best player in the league. For those who don't like it, hey, it is what it is. I don't know too many people that could take a team to the NBA Finals like that. Kevin Love had 18, and Kevin Love played great late. And part of that was LeBron feeding them for open threes, which was crazy. I mean, the Bulls knew it was coming. The Bulls had like an 8-point lead. Kevin Love shrunk it all by himself, hitting three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. I mean, you guys got to know what's coming. So the Bulls are still a little complacent in terms of when they have a lead towards the end of the game, they like to kind of take their foot off the gas. And I'm pretty sure Fred Hoiberg is going to show them that, like, hey, guys, we have to keep running our stuff. So, besides that, Mo Williams played pretty good. He had 19 points, which is really good, 7 for 15. I mean, I like what the Bulls were doing tonight. And Cleveland, they're not at full strength yet, so it's kind of hard to tell. You can't really judge off one game. All I know is, LeBron's going to definitely need a lot more help if he's going to be suffering with the back issues. But overall, it was a good game. It started off really, really slow. I mean, I felt like I was flipping back and forth between baseball and basketball a little bit. So, but towards the end, it got really exciting. Pau Gasol had a really great block. So, tell me what are your thoughts about Joakim Noah going on the bench, and if you think the Bulls can win a title with him coming off the bench. I say yes, they can win the title if they run their stuff. The motion offense. They play more offensive-minded players that can play defense also. Mirotic played good defense. Doug McDermott played great defense also. I think they could win. I think they could win big, especially with this new system. The ball's not going to be in Rose's hand too much, not going to be in Jimmy Butler's hands too much. Pau Gasol is going to get touches. Mirotic is going to get touches. Everybody's going to get more touches, and that's what they needed. Tom Thibodeau's offense was very stagnant. And guess what? They don't have to go away from their defense. They could adopt the same ice defense and push everybody towards the baseline. They don't have to abandon it. They could keep that, and they could work with their offense. So let me know what you think. This is Vladimir from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good one. Peace.